All right, guys, welcome back to Fort Mort. I know it's been a while. I've neglected the channel. We are over on Twitch, and I am just destroying the YouTube channel because YouTube pains me so bad. Twitch, there's no discoverability, they say, but yet this YouTube channel has grown 150 since I've left and not done a damn video. So we are back. I'm going to start putting out videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays because those are two of the easiest days off for me. Today, we are going to talk about something very important. Do not set your defense before watching this video. All right, you guys know GAC is my thing. I might not know everything about the game, but this is my thing. And I want to help everybody out except for my opponents. Piss off if you're playing me. Don't listen to a word I'm saying. Division 2, don't listen. Division 1, everybody else, correct? No, really. Division 1 and Division 2 here. We're going to talk about that right now. I've got a special guest with us today from the Gambit podcast. I've got the better half, as he's known, as SoloBass. SoloBass, hello, sir. If you haven't checked out that channel, I'll make sure to put his channel as well as the Gambit podcast. He is the better half of the Zareth Gambit podcast side. So I'll make sure to have that in the link below. Check them out on YouTube and on Twitch. They do amazing work, theory crafting. They are, when I say a special breed, I mean a special breed. They really are. All right, much love, brother. Let's go ahead and get to this. So starting out, guys, I want to talk about the new changes. Pretty simple, but this is speculation. We do not know how they're going to come out yet. But in the end, what's going to happen is it's going to change everything you know about GAC in Division 1 and 2. Division 1 and 2 are the only ones being affected. They are adding a secondary ship to the upper rear. They have said it's going to be one section. Doesn't mean that section won't be in the front. Doesn't mean that section won't be in the bottom. I talked to a bunch of people. We've talked about this before the video, so it's don't tell me you guys can't hear Solo. Oh, you know what? I just turned desktop audio on, guys. Sorry. You can hear it. Solo, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, hello, Mort, and thank you for having me.
Yeah, my apologies. I had the desktop audio turned off, guys. You guys did hear me, so I'm not going to go through all that. My mistake. This is my first time shooting a video on Twitch Live, so expect some errors in this. It'll probably be a little longer than I want it to be. All right, so you guys can hear him. I'm assuming now, guys. Say yes, please. What I was saying though is in the ships, it's going to change things. So I know for myself, I'm in Division 2, and I've got 5 capital ships, and I've got a bloated account, so I've got every ship. I have every base ship, just only 5 of the 7 capitals. So what that turns out to be is I'm going to put 2 on defense, 2 on offense, and then I'm going to have 1 for cleanup. So I can't make any mistakes or very few mistakes. So it's going to change everything you know. And I'm going to tell you right now, .gg is going to be completely different because people are going to be changing things up. I would even expect 20 to 30% of people who don't normally change their lineups to change their lineups, because I'm hearing a lot of rumors that people are going to block ships because they don't want people getting to their ships. So instead of blocking the bottom. And a huge difference I think you're going to see, and this again is just my input of what I think is going to happen, is before this, if you see these numbers, let me blow it up a little bit for you. 669 if you went with the top section only and you were only able to clear 1 on the bottom, you get 669. If you went bottom section and cleared 2 of the 3 up top, you get 720. That's a huge difference, right? That's 51 banners. Currently, I think they're going to change that up, and instead of having 3 up top, they're going to take the 3 teams in front to the bottom and add that second ship to the rear, which will now make more balance, which comes out to 738 by clearing top and only 2 on the bottom. And then if you go bottom and then clear 1 on top, you're looking at 750. So the bottom is still the route to go, but it's only a 12 banner difference rather than 51. So instead of a whole team difference, you're looking at only 12 banners. So it's really going to make a decision making. Well, how do you feel about that, Solo?
Well, when you look at the numbers there, I feel bad for anyone that puts all their tough teams on top, because you're going to put the easier banner teams on the bottom, and your opponent's going to be able to get not only more points by clearing the bottom, but the efficiency is going to be better with those teams if you're just trying to block ships.
Yep, 100%. And that's why I wanted to put this video out before. And again, guys, this is just speculation, what I think is going to happen. But if this is what happens, ships is not necessarily the way to block. Because like Solo's saying there, you're going to be putting your weaker teams on bottom and giving the opportunity to get more points. And you're already at a 12-point advantage on the bottom. And if you put softer teams on the bottom, they can undersize. Now you're putting yourself in a deeper hole. That's the point that I'm getting to. You have anything to add to that, Solo?
No, I think that sums it up quite well. In fact, my strategy, taking all this into consideration, is basically going to stay the same, where my harder teams are going to be on the bottom. I still have a hard team up top, not going to give it away, but the harder teams should still go bottom.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, and that's kind of what I'm thinking as well. The only question is, how am I going to attack ships? You guys know that I plan to my opponent, so they can look at my GG, and they'll never figure me out. I'm not part of the 90% that says the same thing all the time. And that will include ships. That will include if they put up a huge DR team that I can't beat, then I'm going to have to plan around that. Maybe I put all my big ships in the rear, etc. But there's going to be a lot of changes. How are you going to use your ships now? Will everybody be going heavy D? Everybody's saying they're going to go heavy D. Now, keep this into consideration. A lot of people, 90% of the community does not know how to use ships. And honestly, I don't know how to use all mine either. It's probably more like 98%, to be honest. Don't know how to use all the ships. So there's going to be those guys that just got Negotiator. I know for me, when I first got Negotiator, I just opened it. I threw it on D because I haven't practiced with it yet. Let that guy fight it off. Plain and simple. So I think you're going to see a lot of Malevolence Negotiator on D, and then they're just going to try to fight through what they can. Maybe bring home one and take out Malevolence. Who knows, right? And then the other question I have for this solo is, are full clears a thing of the past?
Yes. I think in Division 2, full clears are going to become, or even the bottom end of Division 1, full clears are going to be much, much harder than they were in the past.
Yep. Like I said, I've only got 5 ships. Solo might have all 7, but so he's got a better chance of full clearing, cleaning up, etc. I have got to be 100% efficient with ships that I don't fully understand, and I need to start taking my Bosk, for instance, into another team to make them viable, and letting my Negotiator run with the BY wing, which is not a bad thing, or taking it away from the Malevolence, which I don't personally have, and utilizing that with Thrawn or Executrix or whatever. I prefer Thrawn with Bosk to make another viable team, and I still am short a tank for my 4th team. What do you think, Solo?
Yeah, no, I think where Houndstooth goes is probably the biggest question. You know, CG came out with great tanks for Rebels, Empire, and Galactic Republic, but I mean, on my account, my main account, which has almost everything, I still don't have the the TIE Bomber maxed out yet. I don't have 7 stars yet, so especially this first GAC is honestly just going to be one giant experiment. I think.
I'm gonna tell you guys right now, if your guy has a GG account, feel free to look at it. But I'm telling you, look at it like you never even saw it, because things are about to change. Play to your opponent. Be smart about it. Act as if he didn't have one, because things are about to change. It's going to change planning. It's going to change the way you play, which means it's going to change the way everybody plays. That's just my opinion on it. And I think .gg is going to be useless for a while. I know for a fact, and I'm not going to say names, somebody that I know is going to go in and he's going to put all of his ships on offense the first round, and then after that, he's going to change it up like immediately in the second round because he wants to throw his opponent out for a loop, right? And he's doing testing and etc. So a lot of people are going to be doing that, plain and simple. So it's going to be very interesting. I think it's going to be good for the game. The other speculation I'm going to throw out there, I'm still insistent we're getting a ship raid, and I love the fact that they're getting us to learn. Like I've been telling these guys earlier in my stream, I kick myself in the ass every day for not learning more about ships because I've got every single base ship. I should be learning them all right now. A lot of guys I know put it on auto every time they do a ship battle, and that blows my mind. So somebody out there needs to be the specialist on ships. So I'm going to start focusing on that, see if I can become that guy or not. I'm not going to say I am, but we're gonna see what happens. You got anything to add to that, Solo?
No, I do think, though, it's kind of dovetailing off you, that this is almost a gift, them giving us it now.
Yes.
So you can practice with your ships.
Yep.
Because, like you said, a ship raid or a raid with ships is coming. They said last October that this raid is coming. So getting to learn the ships now is going to be kind of vital.
Kind of a blessing.
Yep. Yeah.
And I don't want to say names because I don't know if I can or not, but somebody else said that they know for a fact that when there's a ship raid coming, and they're going to have to use the Radis and the Finalizer in that ship raid. So get ready, people. Learn your ships. Pay attention to the channel. And yes, big deal, to answer your question, this is live right now. I guess the viewers should know that as well. So do your due diligence. Get your ships prepared. Keep it as thin as possible. Get your tanks to go with a minimum of 4, because when you reach Division 2 or Division 1, you will need 4 ships. And don't feel down because you don't have enough ships. Most people don't have enough ships. All you got to do is plan on where you're going to put your crappy ships. What are you going to do with your good ships? You know, plan your opponent. And that's what I love about this even more. This plays to my favor because I plan to my opponent. If you're not a planner and you're just a go-for guy or whatever else, it's going to be a little bit tougher. But I think it's a really good thing for the game, guys. Keep your head up. Keep it positive. If you guys got any questions, comment below. We'll be free to answer that. Don't forget, SoloBass, Xerath, Gambit Podcast. I'll have that down below. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you coming out. Solo, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. All right, guys. And like I said, come over and see us at Fort Mort 411. That's 3 1s. Fort Mort 4111 over on Twitch. It is a little bit on the adult content side, and I will be putting more videos on YouTube. Let's see if we can grow that channel. We are ONE Battalion Strong. Thanks, guys.
Shut up and sit down.